So this is how I make R&B loops for Drake. Let's get right to it. I'm gonna play this song for y'all first and foremost. Just fucking beautiful. Excuse my French. So main piano sound that we used was this LA Custom Softest preset from Keyscape. What this joint is key of C minor too. So right now we got a little 3-1-6, 3-1-6 progression. I'll break this thing down. So basically we got a D major ninth here, then we got a C minor ninth here, and we got a G sharp major ninth here. And basically this it's like a major, minor, major. The correlation between major and minor, if you do like a major then a minor, or minor then a major, it's a great correlation. Just worked really well together, so I found. Also, studying MIDI is a little trick too, starting with a major chord. I've just seen a lot of MIDIs from other successful loop makers start with a major chord, so I've been doing that a lot recently. Also, leaving space. I used to always leave space after the last chord of 4 bars. Stopped doing that because I didn't see anybody else do it, and starting to do this a lot. Creating space in chords like that aren't the last chord. That make any sense. So like this, just making sure this flows, but leaving space in the other chords. A little bit of space after both these chords because space is awesome. But inversions are awesome. So I'm gonna show y'all how I inverted this thing. So if I do this, invert that up, boom, go ahead, boom, and these are this is how the original chords work. So this is our original 3-1-6 in the key of C minor. When I say 3, this is our 1. C, and our 2 would be on the little D, and this is E flat, D sharp, E flat, same thing. This is our 3. That's what I mean by a 3. Just 1, 2, 3. It is a major since it has 3 spaces in between. That's how you know. Just like 3, 2, boom. This is a little major triad. We added the 7th right here and the 9th right there. All these chords are 9 chords. But yeah, and then go to our C minor. This is our G sharp major. So the same way, you build them the same way. But inversions wise, I like having these notes closer together. Just hits the ear better. It sounds better. So what I did with these 3 notes, highlighted them, and I pressed Control down to invert them down. And also this one, I didn't like how this one was standing out, so I just inverted this up, and then boom, you know, I got our inversions here. And this, the second half right here, all I did was I took the bottom notes here and I inverted them up. That's literally all I did, so I'll show you. The same exact chord progression now, and then I just inverted the notes up. That's what I did, and kept the original bass notes. Boom. And yeah, the notes being close together sounds really good. Also, these notes being the same note played in every chord sounds really good to the ear too. It sounds very in unison, I don't know, whatever they call it, but it just sounds really good having notes play in every chord. Inversions really help that be possible, if that makes any sense. But yeah, after that, that's how I laid down the chords. And so after that, we just did strummed it. So, you know, same thing, Control A, Alt S, strum, bring the strumizer. I already strummed it, but when I have them all highlighted, I do Alt R, randomizes the velocities. Randomize that thing, man. So yeah, for the pad, I just really kept it simple. Just got one other sound. I have my thick ass Juno. pad sound and Kavi's Sonic Mastery Analog Lab Bank. Beautiful sound. And I just copied the exact same chords, but I cut out the bass notes. Beautiful. And this bass, it was from Analog Lab 2. I believe this was Kavi's, yeah, Elements of R&B kit. It's a Reese bass. It was pretty cool, man. I just copied the same bass notes, but I kind of played with this right here in the second half. So same bass notes. And this one I kind of played around with it, and I did like a little up pattern because it's the same pattern bass notes, but I kind of switched it right here. Pretty cool, man. Yeah, besides that, really the main star of the show is the vocals. Got a bunch of vocal shots from Kavi. I think it was like his Elements R&B kit. Yeah, just beautiful. I believe I looped that again. And yeah, I did pitch it up an octave for this B section. And I got a little muzzle section for my 4th section. But I did have another melody, and this melody is beautiful. So let's show the sound I use for this melody real fast. Kavi's Sonic Mastery Analog Lab Bank. Her fave sound. Synth lead, beautiful. Super Drakey, but you'll hear it. God, man. Beautiful. Yes, the simple, just step down, step up. Always works, I'm not gonna lie. Always works. And what I did here is I switched it. Where did I switch it? Yes, I brought this down a couple steps. I don't know if I brought this down the same amount of steps, but basically just changed this up. So all this remained the same and then switch the last bit up. Kinda always works, man. Having this change up. And the last thing, I think I dropped down what, 1 note in the scale, and I dropped this down what, 2 notes in the scale. What I mean by that is like this is like boom, boom. That's 2 notes in the scale. And I say I drop this down 1 in the scale, it's like boom, and that is this. But yeah, super simple. Love simplicity. We're a big fan over here. For the beat section, got this little muzzle piano. Just got these 2 things and muzzled it. And I did have another melody for the little third section here. Even simpler. Super ambient sound. And yeah, I feel guilty for not showing you guys how the minor chord actually works. Just assume that you guys know, but the minor chord, instead of having like this major chord, have 3 spaces, 2 spaces. The minor chord would be 2 spaces, then 3. That's really all it is. And I use snap to scale. So what I like doing is I go like hold down shift and click and then just go up 2 in the scale. Boom, boom. That's how I get to the next note. It's literally all I do. But yeah, and then the major chord would be the same as this chord. Just have 3 spaces, 2 spaces, 3 and 2. This minor is gonna be the 2, 3, 2, 3. Really all this thing is, man. So I'll show you guys how I mix this joint real fast. Kept it super simple because the vocal is really the star of the show. So main piano, got Valhalla Vince's verb with 30% mix. Got a little EQ. Taking out some lows and low mids and cutting out a little bit of highs. Starting to do that a lot recently. Atmosphere, Valhalla Vince's verb set at 50% mix. EQ, cutting out some lows, low mids, and a lot of the highs, which I just love. R&B, you know, gotta love R&B. The melody, got free delay 3 acting as cutting out the high end, so we're turning the time knob all the way down. And free delay 3, level knob all the way down, dry knob all the way down, and we're messing with the cutoff. Like it's like a high end cutoff, but adds a little bit of distortion. So that's like the first way I ever learned how to cut off high end. That's why I still use it. Valhalla Vince's verb set at 45% mix. Got an EQ, cutting out a lot of lows, a lot of low mids, and a lot of highs. So that's like classic R&B. As bass. Bass is 10%. That would have been crazy. Valhalla Vince's verb set at 10%. Little EQ, taking out a little bit of lows, low mids, and kind of a lot of highs because we want to clean up that bass line. For this muzzled piano, took the effects on the original piano, bounced that out to audio with those effects on it, added Decimort, NPC 60 preset, for the image filter and whatever this filter's on. Gotta cut it 2.7 thousand. And I got a pretty reverb too, with a wet knob at 25% mix. EQ, taking out some lows, low mids, and kind of some highs too on the piano. This EQ is just for leveling. Yeah, this is what it sounds like. So it's actually the piano and the melody muzzled. That's what I would call it. After the vocals. So first effect, I have a RC20 magnitude transition 2 preset. This is at a 25% mix on effect, right? No Decimort or shaper box. Got Valhalla Vince's verb at 40% mix. Cool. So I have it says waves H delay, but this is free delay 3. I just switched. I know how to work this better actually. Tweaked a little more at the time. What is this? Ratio is 4 to 0. If you want to mess with that, it's like 4th little circle up, I guess. Got the level way down low. Wet knob way down low, so it's really subtle delay. And after that, all I have is just an EQ. Check out some lows, low mids, and a little bit of highs for sure. But yeah, sounds beautiful. And I just have all those effects on that vocal. Bounce that out with the effects on it, pitched it up an octave, and then I also added on top of that Decimort NPC 60 preset, the cut at 11,000 hertz. Valhalla Vince's verb 20% mix, free EQ, taking out some lows, low mids, and increasing some high end. Then this drowned out version, I have a drowned out version, the same original bounce to audio with all those effects on it, but then I also on top of that added the Decimort MT60 preset again. The cut at what is 3,500 hertz. Valhalla Vince's verb at 30% mix. Waves H delay. Set at half a bar. Ping pong mode turned it on, but yeah, that's what I use. Shaper box. Shaper box. I am messing with the volume 1, the sidechain 1 preset set at a 1/4 bar. That's what I use for this. And this EQ is taking out some lows, a lot of low mids, and increasing some high end. This EQ is just for leveling. And that's for this little melody right here in the third section. Got the same Fruity Delay 3 high end cutoff. Messing with the cutoff knob. Valhalla Vince verb. Set at 40% mix. EQ. Taking a lot of lows, low mids, a lot of highs, man. Gotta love R&B. How I made this track, man. So I'll move this thing out the way. I'm gonna let you guys hear this thing one time, man. Yeah, if you want this loop, it'll be available at the first link in the description down below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like the video too. Discord link is in the description too. I would love y'all in that server, and I will see y'all in the next video. Much love.